Hey boys, welcome to the channel. I've been wanting to start one since well before this thing ever had a 3S in it. So now with the GT4 being all stock, I thought it would be a good time to start one up and document all the progress on that. So for those that don't know, this is my 3S GTE swapped ST204, third gen out of a GT4. So I have this. I have my GT4, have an MR2, and I have a daily Celica as well. So, a little bit of a backstory on what I'm doing today. Cleary and I took the GT4 and his JDM Legacy out for a squirt, and towards the end of the drive, GT4 didn't feel like running anymore. So we narrowed it down to an issue with the distributor. So we left the car on the side of the road, came back home, pinched the distributor off BRAAPS, and got the GT4 back home safe. Now I've got the GT4's distributor on this since I have the same motor, but come check this out. This was the state of my distributor rotor. Looking a bit stanky as you'd expect for about 25 years. But if I can get it in the light, if you look in here, you'll be able to see that it has been sparking in the complete wrong spot. So, no good. But not to worry, I have a new Dizzy rotor right here. So, let's put this in this car and see if it works. It's really hard to see in there, I'm sorry, but I'm working around my 3-port and my intake and everything. But so to get the cap off, just these two little 8mm bolts, where you can use a Phillips head like I did. And then to put the Dizzy rotor on, pretty much the same thing in reverse, but with these two much smaller ones. So whack them on and see if it fires up, which then should mean it's going to run, because it completely was not running when it was on the GT4 at all. Now there's only one way this thing can go on. You see this little notch here? So that there's only one place that can sit in, so you can't stuff up the angle that it's on or anything like that. So that makes it really easy for doing this yourself. It's quite a simple thing, but this is my first time actually doing it as well, but just explaining that to those that might not know. No way you can stuff this up, I hope. So that is on nice and easy. Don't forget to put that crank angle sensor there. That little plug right there at the bottom with the colored wires plugs in underneath. There's only one plug under there, so you can't really miss that. And yeah, put the Dizzy cap on and see how it goes. Alright boys, everything's where it should be, I think. I'm going to go over it one more time, and then I'm going to fire it up. Let's see how it goes. Alright. Well, I think that runs. Tough as. Now, when this distributor was shitting the bed on the side of the road, it would turn on and run for a little bit. As soon as you give it any throttle, it would die. So I dare say it'll be fixed. You heard me revving it there for a little bit. I didn't want to rev it too much or let it run too much, because I got a new turbo in there and I'm waiting to get booked in for a tune with this. So I think I'm going to get the I got new leads on both the Dizzy caps, but the ones that were off BRAAPS that are now on the GT4 were a bit thicker, so I'm going to get those ones back off and put them on this car, just because the ignition system on this probably has a higher demand than stock GT4, so this is making about 100 kilowatts more. So that's just one thing I want to do. Probably doesn't make a difference in the long run, to be honest, but yeah, man. Alright boys, well that seems to be all good. So me and the guys definitely want to start filming some more videos. I want to do an entire build vlog, I don't even know what you'd call it, on the GT4. I got plans for that, for 500 all-wheel horsepower through a 5S GTE. So I definitely want to do little step-by-step updates on that, as well as how like the tune on this goes. Be repainting the daily Celica soon. I don't know how soon, and I have the MR2 as well, which will eventually be getting a 3S GTE. So lots of boost to be made, and lots of tinkering to be done. So between my 4 cars and the other 10 or 15 between my friends, we'll have plenty of content and things to do, including filming the meets, which will be back on soon with this coronavirus slowly fucking off, and just shenanigans that we get up to. So yeah, next up we'll be booking this car in for a tune, hoping to crack 250 kilowatts on still on 98 octane with the new turbo. Had it all ported out, bigger wheels, still twin scroll, so that's pretty sick. See what the lag's like. Probably will be horrendous, but doesn't really matter. Yeah, man, so good shit, good times ahead. Hopefully that rotor doesn't shit the bed again. So, man, hope you enjoyed. Catch you all later.